Promises of wealth and power never come without cost. That was something that Jasper Howl had to learn the hard way. He was a man that had never known luxury. Jasper got his first job in middle school, working under the table as a dishwasher. He started doing 60 hours a week when he hit 17, and by the time he was done with high school, he had 3 jobs under his belt. It wasn't for no reason. Jasper had big dreams, and those dreams happened to be college. He worked, he bled, he shed sweat and tears alike, and eventually he was able to get into an Ivy League college, the same thing he had ever dreamed of. It should have been a quiet existence, but within his first week of attending the college, Jasper was contacted by a mysterious society. 3 other men his age were contacted as well. They were told that should they complete the ritual to join, they would be given wealth and power beyond their wildest dreams. Jasper had never had either of those things. Already he could taste what it would be like to never have to worry again. So of course, he agreed. So did the other 3 men, Howard, Kent, and David. They were told to gather at the cemetery. None were strangers to the concept of difficult and frightening pledges, and they assumed that is what it would end up being. The night was dark and the clock struck 3 a.m. on the dot. A man wearing a suit and a tie stepped out from the shadows of a mausoleum. He held out his hand and bid them, "Come, enter." And they did, all 4 of them. The man led them deep within the bowels of the mausoleum. It seemed excessively long. At the end of the hall, deep within the earth, they were met with lines of coffins on either side, and a large depiction of a stone goat at the center. The goat had a large brass bowl in front of it. The man said, "You may call me Lao." He stroked his hand over the stone statue of the goat. "And you may thank me in advance for giving you all that your heart has ever, will ever, and could ever desire." "Thank you, Lao," the 4 men droned, almost as one. Jasper was nervous. He could tell that Lao was very rich, but there was something about the man that he didn't like. An awful aura seemed to cling to Lao. When the light hit his eyes in certain ways, they seemed almost black. Lao procured a simple pocket knife from his coat. He held it out. "Cut your palm. Bleed into the bowl. Just a few drops will do. Swear your oath and ask for your desire." Howard was the first to grab the knife. He split open his palm and bled into the bowl. Drop, drop, drop. He said, "I swear to repay my debt with whatever is asked of me. I want all the power that I could ever hope to desire." A pulse seemed to shudder through the room. The candles flickered out and then burst back to life. "I don't like this," hissed Jasper. He was ignored. David stepped forward and he did the same. His blood dripped into the bowl. Plink, plink. "I swear to repay my debt with whatever is asked of me. I want all the money that I could ever hope to desire." Again the air seemed to pulse and shudder. Again the candles went out and lit back up. Jasper insisted, "We should leave." Lo asked, "But don't you want to know what else I can offer you? What would your mother think turning away such a gift? She would be so sad if she was still alive." "How do you know about my mother?" said Jasper. Lao told him, "I know everything about you." "I don't care who he is or how he knows. I don't want to spend my whole life struggling to climb up the ladder." Kent grabbed the knife as well and went to the bowl. "I swear to repay my debt with whatever is asked of me. I want the whole world to bend to my needs." Plink, plink. His blood went into the bowl. The candles flickered and came back. Lao said, "Now you know how to make a deal." Jasper wanted to leave, but the other 3 men goaded him on. They pressed the knife into his hands and herded him up towards the bowl. And Lao spoke sweetly with a silver tongue, telling him of all the things that he could have if only he were willing to give up a single thing. A debt owed and a debt paid. And Jasper gave in. He had spent his whole life working. He didn't want to work any longer. He wanted to rest, to breathe, to be safe and comfortable. He wanted to make his mother proud and to be looked at with respect. And most of all, he never wanted to get another red ledger bill again. So he split his skin, and his blood dripped into the bowl. Plink, plink. And this time, when the world shuddered, he saw what his friends had seen and refused to share Lau's real form. For it was not simply a man making a deal with them to help in their time of misfortune. It was the devil himself, Lucifer. The image of the man's true face only lasted a moment, but Jasper knew he would be haunted by it forever. After all, one of those days Lo was going to come calling, and he would want the debt owed repaid. Jasper could only hope that all of the riches in the world was worth trading in his soul. His friends certainly seemed to think that it was.